Hey everyone, this is Nick from Mecha Warehouse, and today I'm back with weekly update number 37. So let's jump right into it with the week in review. This is a section of the video where I talk about what happened this past week, things that are coming up, stuff like that. Got a handful of things to talk about, and some interesting stuff maybe. So the first thing that I want to talk about is on I think it was Tuesday. We had a visitor to the warehouse, Andrew, and thank you for stopping by, Andrew. Stop by. You know, people can browse the warehouse. He was here to pick up a local pickup order. I think he was in the area, but it was super cool for me. This is the first time to my recollection that anyone has ever asked me for a selfie, which I guess I'm a big deal now. So that was kind of cool, which reminds me of a time, apparently like a month or two ago, somebody was passing through the area on a weekend when we weren't here, and they stopped by and took a selfie with our sign by the street. We don't have an actual sign on the building, but we've got a sign in the directory. And I thought that was pretty cool too, that people apparently think enough of Mecha Warehouse to want to have that picture or whatever. It's really cool. Kind of just a silly little aside, but something I figured I'd talk about. The second thing, and this is more for administrative reasons to talk about it, I mentioned it last week, and we will not be open on Friday. So it's the day that you're watching this video. So if you are wanting to pick up a local pickup order, we won't be here. I'm sorry. I should probably see if there's some way to update like our Google Maps listing or something to say that and put that out as many places I can. Basically just taking some time with the family this weekend, not doing anything super special or going anywhere super far away or doing anything crazy. But I just feel like I owe it to my family to spend some time with them and spend some time with them not here. And it seemed like a convenient day because both Dylan and Orion couldn't come in. So that means no orders would be getting packed, or I'd be packing like crazy if I was here. So my wife was like, hey, let's just do something else that day. So I feel kind of bad about it. We're going to have probably a slight backup of orders at the end of the weekend. Monday, usually we're packing all day on a decent weekend. So we very well will probably be going into Tuesday because we won't be packing a lot of Friday's orders on Friday like we usually do. So the other side of that is if you place an order this weekend, we might be delayed potentially a day or so. Most of you probably won't notice the difference, and we'll do everything we can to get caught up as fast as possible, including team packing and all that kind of stuff to make sure we're as efficient as we can Monday and Tuesday to get caught up. So that said, the next thing to talk about is our live streams. I didn't mention it last week because I don't know, was apparently spacey about it. We got in these 4 limited edition kits from a member of our Discord and I guess watcher of our streams, Feral404. He sent 4 limited edition kits. There were 2 RX-78s, 2 different versions of the Uniqlo RX-78 or RX-78 with Uniqlo colors, a RX-78 real type colors, I think, and a clear new Gundam real grade, I believe. So some cool stuff. We gave away one of those Uniqlo kits during the stream this past week. The other 3 will likely be going up for the next 3 streams or so. We'll do one a week. There will not be a stream this week because I'm just trying to check out from everything, like I just said. But we'll have those in the mix for the giveaways on the live streams. So if you've never watched those, tune in at 8:30 Eastern on Saturdays, just not this Saturday. A week from Saturday will be the next one. And it's usually a good time. We've had well over 100 concurrent viewers at peak the last like 3 or 4 weeks, which is really cool. We always have some exciting conversation in chat, a really good group, good place to ask questions if you need help on stuff, and just enjoy spending time with other like-minded people. I'm usually building some sort of kit. Sometimes I'll answer questions about Mecha Warehouse or about skill stuff related to building, and it's just a good time. Highly recommend stopping by if you're free on Saturdays. Starting again next week, or a week from Saturday. And then the final new thing We've been talking about pre-orders. We've been doing pre-orders as a manual process. People DM or email with what they want, and we manage all that stuff. And I'm starting to work on very diligently trying to move that to the website. Our first batch will be a bunch of Bandai pre-orders, basically the July, August, and September releases, or at least production, since things aren't necessarily showing up when they're scheduled to show up these days. But that's when they're scheduled for production. Those pre-orders will be on the website potentially at the time that you're watching this video. If not, it would be probably early next week, and I'm going to be potentially converting some of our other pre-orders to the website, and definitely trying to do new pre-orders on the website as we have them available. So check that out. There'll be some sort of pre-order section on the website to be able to find those easily. And if they are up, I'll put a link in the description of this video. If they're not up, then check back early next week, and we'll hopefully have those up and running. All right, let's move on to the next thing, which is restocks. Restocks are exciting this week. Before I even show you the handful of kits that we got in, the really exciting stuff, Delpy Decal. Our Delpy Decal restocks are usually a big restock weekend for us. Delpy Decal is I don't know what you would call them. They're a decal manufacturer. They make some of the best water slide decals out there. As far as I'm concerned, they're my personal go-to when I'm building a kit and want decals for it. And so we got a whole bunch of stuff, restocks of existing decals, new decals to us that we've picked up. They also are our main source for some other detail parts and the like. And we got a bunch of restocks on some of that stuff as well. So it's worth taking a look at, and generally speaking, not waiting, because usually our Delpy stuff just blows out pretty quickly for the most part, depending on the item, obviously. We also got some Gundam marker restocks, some Mr. Color paint. We got a few restocks of some thinners and some other items in that line. We've got the Neko Note Station, the Almighty Base as it's referred to, which is the I should just grab it. I'm gonna grab it. This is what I'm talking about, the Almighty Base, I believe, Mr. Neko Note Station. And it is pretty cool. It is basically your paint skewer holder, easy mode, right there. Comes with a few skewers on its own, but you can make these probably a lot cheaper. I use these just because I don't have a ton of time, and they work pretty well. And the skewers they make for Mr. Hobby, they're real top-notch stuff. So besides that, though, we did get 4 kits in this week. Not a ton of different kits, but all 4 of them I think are very popular kits, and a lot of them could go pretty quickly. First up, Master Grade, the RX-79G Gundam ground type. It's an older kit, very popular. 8th MS Team is a great series, and I bet those will go fairly quickly. But it's awesome to have them back in stock. High grade Nobel Gundam. This is one people have been asking about for a while. I did get a lot of these, and I've got even more on the way. So that's exciting as well, because that's just one that people ask a lot about from G Gundam. And speaking of G Gundam, we also got high grade Shining Gundam. G Gundam is fairly popular. It's that's been printed relatively recently, so it's probably not going to fly too bad, but it's obviously worth taking a look at. And then another one of my favorites that I've built, the high grade Sandrock. This was a year or two ago, 2019 I think it came out. Very, very nice kit. And we still have the high grade Maganax in stock, so if you want some to go with your Sandrock, which you pretty much need to, I mean, come on, then you can grab those as well. So it's pretty cool. And that's it for restocks this week. I don't think we've got anything unexpected showing up today, but who knows? There's always the chance that something else makes it into the restock that wasn't here when I shot this video. And okay, let's move on to Q&A. So Q&A is where I answer questions from you. If you have a question you would like answered, please post it down in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer it next week. Here's a good one. So Gmeng DL asks, best of luck with the challenges up ahead. What is the ideal ratio of item movement to held stock? Obviously, having items that move slowly isn't good, but it also seems like having enough of an item so it isn't sold out immediately is ideal. This is an excellent question, and I wish I had a precise, like obviously correct answer, but I don't. When I order, I'm trying to work towards ordering enough that I might have that kit in stock for at least 6 months after the kit was reprinted, preferably even more potentially, right? The longer items sit on the shelf, the longer that that return on investment takes to come back, it kind of lowers your ROI. Like if you think of it in terms of investing, if you bought a stock today and it doubled in value today, it's much better than if it doubles in value over, say, a year or 2 years or 5 years. So I would like to have that money back fast. That said, it would make for a lot more stability to have things in stock for a longer period of time. And there's potentially missed sales, obviously, when we sell out of something quick. So I'm targeting months. Often I'm getting months on some kits, and other kits I'm getting, hours, as is pretty obvious from some of these really popular kits that I just did not get enough in. It's hard to predict which ones will sit where, and I'm actually evaluating right now for the next order for October, November, December reprints, how many to order of each thing, trying to navigate the fact that they're going to probably give me less than I order on those popular kits because everybody's ordering them, and there's a shortage going on right now, just not enough factory capacity, and so that will be difficult. But that's what I'm trying to target, and my orders are getting bigger, even if the fulfilled is not getting bigger. But we're doing everything we can to try to improve that. But that's an excellent question. And as soon as I figure out how to actually achieve that, then we'll be good. All right. Next question, Jose Lopez. Hey Nick, if you're going to do weekly vlogs, would you have a section of picking/packing orders? Of course, when customers request it on notes. Awesome work like always. So great question. We're definitely not doing weekly vlogs, at least not yet. We're still working on, Santana's still working on editing the vlog that we shot about a week ago. There's I imagine a lot of work going to go into that. If you figure we've got 6 or 7 hours to capture the whole day, that 6 or 7 hours is probably going to translate to at least that much time in editing, perhaps more, because you got to find the right pieces to cut in. You're condensing that, say, 7 hours down into maybe a 10 to 30 minute video. There's a lot of stuff that's got to get cut and a lot of decisions that have to be made in that process. So we'll probably only do a monthly vlog for now. That said, I would like to do every once in a while like a pack and chat or something kind of video where maybe we throw out there that we're going to do one, and that way if anybody's interested they can let us know. Or maybe we just pick some random orders. We obviously would not give away anybody's personal information, but basically pack, a dozen orders while talking about packing orders or answering questions or something like that. We'll have to figure out what that format is, but that is something I would like to do and I think would be a good piece of content. It's just trying to get through all the different stuff that we want to do and having enough hours in the day. All right, next question. Roy Mustang asks, have you ever had a booth at a convention? This is a great question, and the short answer is no. I've been to one live event related to Gunpla. That was the Old Dominion Open. It's an IPMS, International Plastic Modeler Society show down in Virginia, literally like 2 weeks before the lockdown started. It was. I'm glad I got to do it because it was the last time I got to do any sort of serious travel before the world kind of started falling apart a little bit in 2020. And that was really cool. I think we could have had a table there if we wanted to. Doing that in another state, I guess start worrying about interstate commerce stuff and sales tax collection, which I don't have to worry about here in New Hampshire. and so we haven't done that. I don't anticipate doing that. It's a lot of work to transport inventory to a place to sell it. If you don't sell all of it there, you got to bring it back. So you're kind of incentivized to sell it. Usually, to make it worthwhile, a lot of sellers will mark up what they're selling, and I don't want to have to do that either. And so when all is said and done, it doesn't seem worthwhile, and doing it at the expense of our online customers and our local pickup customers doesn't seem worth it. But I do hope to get to more live events, and maybe we'll have a booth, but it would be a informational booth, demonstrating stuff or something, trying to provide value rather than being there just to try to sell stuff. Okay, next one. Michael Foster, question 1. Are there any specific products or kits that you regret ordering or stocking for any reason, like the product's quality was questionable or the supplier was shady? And question 2, building on the question you answered today, if you actually had unlimited money and resources to engineer and produce a real-life Gundam, complete with all its on-screen capabilities, which MS would it be? Ooh. Okay, so let's go to question 1. That's practical. I can answer that one. In terms of questionable quality or shady suppliers, I don't know that any of my suppliers are shady, so to speak, at least not intentionally. Some of the international suppliers, I've had fun issues with just differences in how business, I guess, is done. You know, I would really like fully itemized invoices for everything that, break everything out. And sometimes suppliers want to group up like or similar products together in order to make the invoice more concise. Probably helps them with customs or something, but it makes my life painful. But I don't know that I've regretted buying those products because of it. I've had suppliers do weird things where they don't ship part of the stuff because they're waiting on labels, for example. Drives me nuts because I got to track inventory that's here and not here, that's paid for. It's just, again, another pain in the butt. And but in terms of actual product quality, I don't know that any products are really bad products that I've had. The only things that I kind of regret stocking, it's more like ordering too many of certain things, overestimating, say, Dragon Ball Z kits back in the day when I first started. I thought, oh, these will move pretty well, bought, only a handful of each, and then they sat for a year and change, and stuff like that I've kind of regretted, but it's not really regret because it was informative and taught me something about the market for certain kits. As for question 2, basically if I could build any MS with full capabilities, because I have unlimited money and resources, which would it be? Well, let's see. If I could do anything, I'd probably want something that could fly, because I'd want to be able to get places. Like Wing Gundam, it wouldn't necessarily be my favorite Gundam to have, but if I could only have one, it seems like a good choice in a world where there are no Gundams, because the ability to just fly pretty much anywhere in the world, maybe go to space, come back, that kind of stuff seems like it'd be pretty cool to be able to do. And that's a pretty rare capability. So something like a Wing Gundam, probably, just because of those capabilities. So at any rate, that's all I got for questions this week. Thank you for watching. If you have a question and you would like it answered next week, please post it down in the comments below. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you all next time. Later.